Everybody ready? Ready, Bill? Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Virginia City Council Chambers. This is a regularly scheduled City Council meeting. Call this meeting to order. Today's date is Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025, and the time is 5:30 p.m. Pam, would you please take the roll call?
Johnson?
Here.
Motley?
Here.
Paulson?
Present.
Beyondich?
Present.
Bachschneider?
Here.
Friedlieb?
Here.
Cuffey?
Here. Would everyone please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll move to item number 4 is the public forum. This is the opportunity for any from the general public to speak before the council meeting. Is anybody in the audience that'd like to speak this evening? Seeing none, hearing none, we'll move to item number 5 on the council agenda, which is the consent agenda. The following items will be enacted by one motion unless a councilor or a citizen of the City of Virginia requests that the item be considered separately. Item 5.1 is the approval and correction of the minutes of the July 8th, 2025 meeting. Item 5.2 is the adoption of Finance Resolution Number 25-014, the schedule of bills. Item 5.3 is approve the following exempt permit for the following. Item 5.3A, Laurentian Arts and Culture Alliance to conduct a raffle on August 9, 2025 at the Iron Terre Mortars Event Center. Item 5.3B, the Holy Spirit Church to conduct a raffle on July 31st, 2025 at the Holy Spirit Church Social Hall located at 306 2nd Street South. And item 5.4, approve the temporary liquor license for IVOE Local 49 to conduct an event on August 3rd, 2025 at Alcott Park. Item 5.5 is approve the following travel requests. For the Police Department, 5.5A, John Swenson to attend the Advanced SRO Seminar in Eagan, Minnesota, July 27th through July 30th at the cost of $821. Item 5.5B, Officer Dan Nyland to attend the Basic SRO School of the Resource Officer Program Seminar in Minnetonka on August 18th through the 22nd, 2025 at a cost of $725.12. Item 5.5C has been pulled from the agenda by the request of the police chief. So we'll move on to item 5.5D under the library. Jody Gribinowski, the library director, to attend the Minnesota Library Association annual conference in St. Cloud, Minnesota at a cost of $741.40. Item 5.6 is approve the 2025 tobacco license for Minnesota C-Store Incorporated, located at 202 8th Street South, contingent upon submission of the required paperwork. And item 5.7, approve the 2025 3.2 off-sale liquor license for the Minnesota C-Store Incorporated at 202 8th Street South, contingent upon submitting the required paperwork. These are the consent agenda items before the council. Looking for council action.
I will move the consent agenda.
Councilor Johnson moves to approve the consent agenda. Is there support?
Support.
By Councilor Friedlieb. Further discussion? Pam Levine, our city clerk.
Thank you, Mayor. Just one adjustment on 5.5B for Dan Nyland. The total should be $1,455.20. The hotel lodging was omitted or not calculated in the finalist cost.
So instead of $725.12, it's how much?
$1,455.20.
And that's still the budgeted item for the police department, Britt?
Yes.
And Pam, okay, thank you. Under item 5.5B, is everybody amenable to moving forward with a vote to approve the consent agenda with the edited amount from Dan Island to attend the basic SRO in Minnetonka from $725.12 is now $1,455.20. There's a motion to approve and support for that. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 6 is appearances. No one scheduled to be before the council today. Number 7, unfinished business. We have no unfinished business to take care of this evening. So move to item 8, discussion items. Item 8.1 is adopt the resolution to hire a utility worker.
So moved.
Let's move to move forward with the hire of the utility worker by Councilor Johnson. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Councilor Beyondich. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Roll call, please, Pam.
Bachschnider?
No.
Friedlieb?
No.
Cuffey?
Aye.
Johnson?
Aye.
Motley?
Yes.
Paulson? Beyondich? Aye.
Motion passes 5-2. Thank you. Item 8.2, approve the request to utilize the vacant lot on 4th Street North by the Natural Harvest Employee Parking during the repair of their parking lot.
So move.
Move to approve by Councilor Bachschnider and supported by Councilor Johnson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.3, approve the request to block off 200 block of 6th Street South for the AEOA Third Annual Block Party on Thursday, July 24th, 2025, from 4 to 7 p.m.
So moved.
Moved by Councilor Bachschnider, supported by Councilor Johnson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.4, which is an add-on on the amended council agenda, approved to block off the 800 block of 5th Street South for National Night Out. Is it August 5th or is it August 1st? Is it the 5th? The August 5th, 2025.
So moved.
Move to approve by Councilor Beyondich and supported by Councilor Paulson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We'll move to item number 9 under committee reports. Item 9.1. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. I got the back one here. Oh, okay. This is different. This is different? Okay. I apologize. Okay. Item 8.5. Adopt a resolution ordering the improvement and direction preparation of the final plans and specifications for the 2026-2028 street and alley infrastructure project.
So move.
Move to approve by Councilor Freely. Is there support?
Support.
By Councilor Motley. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 9, committee reports. Item 9.1, the committee of the whole that was held on July 15th, 2025. We'll turn this portion of our council meeting agenda over to our city administrator, Britt C. Bennis. Britt?
Thank you. At the Committee of the Whole meeting on July 15th, 2025, we had a presentation from Mr. Brad Gustafson, the Community Development Manager at St. Louis County, and Nick Bakhtari, Essentia Health Foundation, regarding a request for the city to approve accepting a donation for financial assistance in the amount of $34,000 from the county to be used for the rehab of the Essentia Health Virginia Hospital.
So move.
Move to approve by Councilor Bachschnider. Is there support?
Support.
Is there support?
Support.
Support by Councilor Friedlieb. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Matt Reed, our engineer of record, was present to discuss the proposal for professional services for the steam conversion. SCH will provide in the proposal to go through the buildings and draft the scope of work for design and construction services. Mr. Reed stated that this is a typical process and a lot of the expense is related to the SHPO items at the City Hall. It was moved and supported to approve the professional services agreement with SCH for the City Hall and Library steam conversions in the amount up to $266,800.
So moved.
A move to approve by Counselor Johnson. Is there support?
Support for discussion.
Support by Counselor Motley for discussion. Further discussion? Counselor Motley.
And where, Britt, is this money coming from?
We're probably going to have to bond for it, so it would come from bond.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. It's been moved and supported. Any further discussion? Counselor Freely.
Thank you, Mayor. So Britt, did you get any kind of a breakdown in terms of like hours devoted to this? Because 266,000 just sounds like a serious a lot of money for project oversight for this conversion. And that's not to doubt Matt, but I guess I'd like to know in an itemized fashion. I mean, SHPO requirements, I'm sure, are going to be somewhat burdensome, and I'm assuming then that's a time investment more so than any other thing. But that still is a lot of money to devote to something like SHPO paperwork.
The presentation is in his packet, and it is more than just that. It's,
Does this include plans and
yes,
specifications?
this is actually doing the preliminary design, the final design, the permitting, the bidding assistance, so doing the bids and bidding for us, doing the construction administration, so actually dealing with the contractors while they're here on site and at the library on site. And then also working with SHPO back and forth. on
And the
our-
differential between the library and this building is the size of each, or?
We already did the libraries. We were looking for the ADA grant for the library. We already did all their full plans,
Okay,
so that was already completed.
all right, thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Freely. Counselor Motley.
Just quick question, random thought. How long have we had SCH as our engineer on record?
It's been a while.
Like 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, average?
I think did we just renew their contract last year?
The two of
Yeah,
them?
we just renewed it last year.
Okay, just curious. Thanks.
It has been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Matt Reed and Mr. Paul Christensen gave us an explanation in a memo and a policy regarding the sanitary sewers and stormwater system resiliency plan that we've been working on with SCH for the last few years. And then Paul Christensen from People Service gave us the standard operating procedure for the city of Virginia for when the bypass will be implemented at the wastewater treatment plant. We had some really great discussion regarding the wastewater treatment plant and what it does and how it works. We then discussed the request for the Virginia Foundation to hold a fund, or create a fund and hold a fund for the Virginia Splash Pad project, which would necessitate the city entering into a fundraising agreement with the Virginia Community Foundation for that project.
So moved.
Move to approve by Counselor Johnson. Is there support?
Support.
There's three of you. Counselor Paulson. Further discussion? I just want to say for the record, I know this is at times, this is a great project. And is that, they've already dug up a part of that over there by the Silver Lake Beach? Is that what they dug it up for?
No, that's the basketball court that we're putting
where?
back, the basketball court.
That's a new basketball court?
Yeah,
Okay.
we took the one away from the Rotary Park area,
Yep.
and we're putting it back over by Silver.
Okay, thank you. Further discussion, Counselor Bach-Schneider.
Thank you. Today, Britt and I met with staff from the Virginia Community Foundation and Community Giving. And Britt, I don't know if you would mind giving a recap of that conversation, and then I can join in as well if needed.
That up really quick. At the committee of the whole meeting, Councilor Bach-Schneider had some questions that she wanted us to ask regarding the Virginia Community Foundation agreement with the City of Virginia. And the first question was, what if a donor forgets to include the project on the memo line? Is it going to get to the right fund? And staff at the Virginia Community Foundation have assured us that if there's not a project listed in the memo line of a check or whatever it might be, that she does contact them, the donator, and ask them, where did you like this to go? Was there someplace specific, or do you want it to go back into the endowment? Councilor Bach-Schneider asked if the Community Foundation will consider sending a tax letter at $100 levels rather than $250. The staff at the Virginia Community Foundation did assure us that they also do handwritten thank yous at under the $250 level. The $250 level is the IRS requirement. So anything under that, they do a handwritten thank you so that you at least get some acknowledgement that you did donate a dollar amount. The processing fee of 2% placed on gifts received via check as well as online gifts is actually a processing administration fee that is calculated 4 times a year based on what's in the fund at that time, not a cumulative, not a whatever may be. So the example was if we got a grant for $500,000 today and you spent that within 30 days, if it didn't fall within that time frame, they do that check, you don't pay the 2% on it. So it's really just what's in there those 4 times a year when they're checking your grant. There is nothing, no charge to the city. There was questioned if there was an amount that we have to pay to have a fund with them. There is no fee to the city for us to have a fund for them to collect donations for this project. And we are working, the one question we didn't get quite an answer to fully yet was we asked if this project doesn't go and people have donated, what happens to the money then? And staff from the community giving who partners with Virginia Community Foundation to assist them in these kind of questions didn't tell us that there is a state statute that says it's got to go to a like cause that the donors would have wanted it to go to. So the theory is that we're thinking we would like to have Community Foundation, if possible, put that somewhere. We have some kind of agreement that if the splash pad doesn't go, it's going to go back to a Virginia Parks project somewhere. So that it doesn't, so we can assure people that are donating, if you donate, it's not going to waste. It's still going to get to the city for a parks project, just may not be that one if it doesn't go.
Okay, thank you.
Did I get all that, Councilor Buckschneider?
Councilor Buckschneider?
Yeah, thank you. I think with the point, so the 2% processing fee, they do it quarterly, so 0.5% at a time. The one side of the argument is if you get a $500,000 grant, you then, and you spend it within 30 days, you don't pay the fee. The other side of that argument is if that sits in that account for 2 or 3 years, you're paying that 0.5% processing fee every time. And our timeline for this project, I think the grant that we've received, we have until, I think, 2030 or so to spend. So I'm worried about getting a 2% processing fee year after year on some of these dollars that we've received. One of the things I had asked is, can it be a processing fee of either 2% or up to X amount of dollars? And I think that's most relevant when you're receiving a larger grant or a larger donation. So on a $500,000 donation, you're not paying $10,000 if you have it in writing that it's up to X amount of dollars instead. They didn't seem super open to that idea, but that is what I asked. And then the other thing that I think is really, really different between the splash pad project and the fountain project is at the time we had a formalized committee that was ready to go out and do fundraising. It sounds like there's people that are interested in doing it, but this isn't formalized yet. And I'm just really concerned that a lot of these fundraising initiatives are going to end up on city staff, which I don't think is a great use of city time. So for that reason, in the contract in its current state, I will not be supporting it going forward, but open to conversations. And then the final piece that I had concerns about was the contract did not explicitly state that if a 501c3 organization is the one that has to apply for a grant, that they're willing to do it for us, or like our city staff write it, their staff sign and submit it. And that is the case for a lot of organizations. They have to donate to a 501c3 organization. And so I have a lot of concerns about where that would run through. It sounds like there's another community group that is willing to do it, but my argument would be is why don't we just partner with that community group instead? So those are overall my concerns. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we go to Councilor Paulson, the one concern I have, I think I share that same one concern. It's not necessarily about the 2% so much, although I wish that would be something, because this is a community project. That's a community foundation. They're handling our funds. I don't understand the need to apply the 2%, but that's the policy that they have. But my other concern is the issue with respect to how the money that's donated by the donors, if we have enough money to finish the project and there's more money in the account that's being managed by the Virginia Foundation, that money, those people who donate that money donate it for that specific purpose and not for the purpose of giving it to some other entity, unless that there's a mechanism within the community foundation or community in the giving, and maybe Councilor Bionis has alluded a bit to that. Maybe they contact these people, say, would you like it to go someplace else? Or not? I don't know. So I'm just concerned about that one piece. Continue, Counselor Boxer, and then we'll go to Counselor Paulson.
Thank you. That came up in our conversation today as well. So the intent of the fund would be to roll it into a maintenance fund for the splash pad. So if there was any additional dollars left over, or let's say years from now, people want to continue donating to the splash pad, it would just turn into a maintenance fund.
I'm comfortable with that, thank you. Counselor Paulson.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm of course in support of this. I just, before Britt brought this up, you were talking about Jim Rossford and the conversation that we had, the line item just above that you were reading. And I thought we were going to put that under unfinished business as a continuing agenda item.
I believe that's coming up in the,
Is that coming up to approve, or is that the Humane Society one? Oh, there's another one. Okay,
yep, there's another one.
my apologies.
It's coming up.
I'm just getting ahead of myself.
You're forward thinking.
Okay, thank you. And
thank you.
I fully support the splash pad project.
So
Thank you.
thank you. Counselor Beyondich.
Not sure if I can clarify this at all, but in the agreement that is provided in the packet, the purpose of the fund is to support the building and maintenance of a splash pad in Virginia. What happened with the Park Fountain project, when the project was done, the fund was closed. A maintenance fund was then opened to help maintain that. This rolls it right into one. If we have excess money, it rolls into the maintenance portion, and that's stated right in the packet. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I want clarity on that, and thanks for giving that. Okay, has it moved into supported? Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
A roll call, please, Pam.
Friedlieb,
Aye.
Huffy,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Motley,
Yes.
Paulson,
Aye.
Beyondich,
Recuse.
Bachschnider.
No.
Motion passes 5-1 with one recusal. Thank you.
And we had discussion regarding the Mesabi Humane Society invoice that we had from the 7/8/25 City Council meeting. We discussed the dollar amount we were charged and what we could do potentially with other cases not related to the 9th Street property that was listed on there, the vacant one that had a cat hoarding problem. It was moved and supported to include the Humane Society discussion on future agendas under unfinished business.
So moved.
Move to approve by Counselor Johnson. Is there support?
Support for discussion.
Support by Counselor Motley for discussion, further discussion. Counselor Motley.
Not sure if this is the proper time to ask, but under this item, have we received anything from St. Louis County when we billed them?
No, not yet.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
You're very welcome. I think we need to continue to move forward with this, and I'm going to say that $600 is a lot for each animal, so I think we have to find some kind of a compromise so that we can still protect the animals, but at the same time, I don't know what the other cities are paying, so to put this on the unfinished business agenda is a wise thing to do, so thank you. Has been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries.
A discussion regarding the request from Public Works to get a new grader for Public Works. After much discussion, it was moved and supported to approve staff to seek quotes for the purchase or lease of a newer used grader for the Public Works Department, as well as funding options.
So moved.
That's moved to approve by Counselor Johnson. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Friedlieb. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Jim Rossford, our Public Works Director, discussed the proposal and quote he had received for a sewer scoping televising system. He explained that the city laterals or main city sewer mains are up to 250 feet long to 1,000 feet long and are too long for our current camera system, which I'd like to point out, the current camera system is a VHS system, so if you even had a plane to play it with, would be surprised. It's what we have. This camera that he's looking to purchase will do main and lateral televising, and it will help determine the condition of the infrastructure, and it would be quite an investment for our sewer department. It was moved and supported to approve the purchase of the lateral system camera for sewer televising contingent upon receiving viable options, financial options for the purchase.
So moved.
Support.
Moved by Counselor Freely, been supported by Counselor Johnson. Further discussion before we go to Counselor Paulson. Is item G the same?
Yes, F and G are together.
Huh? Or F and G the same? Pam?
Mayor, one is to approve the
Purchase.
purchase and one for the lease. How we're paying for it. One is to approve the purchase of the camera and then to approve the lease option.
Oh, so we go forward with the purchase, but if they find a lease option, we can do that. Either one.
Yes, so the purchase is putting money down, I believe 75,000 off the price of the camera, and then the lease would be for the remaining balance. And then your options are 5, 7, and 10.
I see. Thank you. Counselor Paulson?
Thank you, Mayor. That was my question. And so, okay, on the resolution that I'm looking at on page 374, is that the correct resolution for this item? It's on page 74. Capital, let's see, Huntington Public Capital, a total lease of $362,878. And then I also wanted to clarify, Pam, while you're looking through that Jim had said we were just going to get the camera, and then there was some, I don't know if it was a software addition. And are we doing that addition, or is this just so this is just the camera system with the trailer, is that right?
With the what?
The trailer that it sits
Yes,
in?
correct.
Okay. And then so then it would be on page, you've got two different, I believe, lease amortizations there on page 75 and 76. Oh, and does that apply to all of this?
It's 5, 7, or 10 years. So those are,
Okay, so that's our length of time.
Yeah.
And so are we having to choose that length of time this evening?
Correct.
Okay,
So depending on your term, which would be on the resolution that has all the blanks on it, then you can choose your option for 5 years, which would be 4.32% rate, 7 is 4.41, and 10 is 4.55.
and so where we were going to probably be taking these funds would be from the actual sewer fund that was gaining a lot more interest, and we gained, or we accrued, how much in interest was it? So
far, 70,000.
70,000 for this year, and we had budgeted like,
nothing
yeah,
close
like
to
it was a
70,
very
yeah.
small amount. So we are doing a really good job, so this would probably be something we wouldn't even have to levy for.
Because it's sewer fund, you don't levy for it.
Because the
so-
sewer fund is healthy. So that's why I felt comfortable with the purchase, because I knew where it was coming from. So then what would the recommendation be? Would it be to shorten the term to save on the interest, or should we lengthen the term so we wouldn't be dipping into the budget? I guess that's the question to ask, right? Okay. So I'm open to hearing suggestions on that, but I just wanted to make sure I knew what we were voting on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. It has been moved, supported to adopt the resolution for the purchase of the lateral camera system for the sewer televising. Further discussion on that item? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Item G, please. Next item.
That's part of this, it's the same thing. You have to decide which term we want, 5, 7, or 10 years.
Run that by me one more time, Pam. We have item F and G.
The option
We
would
passed
be-
F. We're on G.
Yes, so you have a 5-year term, a 7-year term, or a 10-year term for the lease.
So item G is to adopt the resolution for the lease option for the purpose of the lateral camera system for the sewers televising. So we have to pick which it is, 5, 10, or
5, 7, or 10.
5, 7, or 10 years. So looking for a motion to adopt the resolution to do that.
I would move the adoption of the 7-year lease. It gives us options moving forward with other potential needs and not spending all the money at one time.
Thank you, Councilor Johnson. Moved. Is there support for the 7-year option? Support by Councilor Paulson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Sophia Anderson, our reference librarian, adult services librarian, reference librarian at the Virginia Public Library, was present to discuss the request to apply for an up to $20,000 grant from Essentia Health Foundation. This money would be used for a privacy booth that would be placed in the library so that people could use them for televisits, you could use them for court appearances, you could use them for job interviews, lots of reasons why that would be a really good idea. It was moved and supported to approve the resolution to apply for and accept the funding from the Essentia Health Community Grant for the library for their privacy booth.
So moved.
I'll move to approve by Councilor Freely. Is there support?
Support.
By Councilor Paulson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Mayor, excuse me.
Ma'am?
If we could go back just to where we discussed the Masabi Humane Society. So we didn't actually have a motion, but Counselor Johnson had discussed it at the Committee of the Whole to separate the case numbers in question from the invoice and potentially approve a partial payment. So the amount, I don't know if they still would like that option, but on the Masabi Humane Society invoice, noted at the top what the invoice was, what was billed to the county, and then the balance remaining on the cases that were not part of the county.
So the motion was to include the Masabi Humane Society discussion on the future agendas under unfinished business.
Right. But the discussion at the committee level was to consider paying a portion of the invoice that was not billed to the county.
Yeah, but I don't see it here on the agenda to do so.
There was not an exact motion to do it, but it was on the discussion in the minutes.
Okay, so you're just including that as part of the minutes?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
If that wants to be. if you'd
Councilor
like that
Johnson.
option.
What is that amount, Pam?
9,000 was the remaining balance.
I would move to pay the $9,000 to Humane Society as a goodwill effort to solve the larger issue.
Support.
Moved by Councilor Johnson, supported by Councilor Martin to pay the portion of the invoice to the Masabi Humane Society. Is that in the amount of $9,000?
Correct.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. Okay, back to item I. Is that where we're at now?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Jim Rosford was present to discuss his request to purchase some new pumps for the use of the sanitary sewer system. He had presented a quote for 2 pumps at a cost of $24,665.71 from L&L Rentals.
So moved.
Thank you.
I'll move to approve by Councilor Motley. Is there support?
Support.
By Councilor Johnson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Committee of the Whole reviewed the minutes from the Personnel Committee meeting. It was moved and supported to approve the updated lead recreation assistant job description and to post the position externally.
So
So
moved.
moved. Support.
Moved by Councilor Freely, supported by Councilor Johnson. Is there any further discussion? Do we have any lead recreation assistants now?
No,
Okay, this will be the one-to-one.
the one.
Okay, moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Roll call, please, Pam.
Cuffey,
No.
Johnson,
Yes.
Motley,
Yes.
Paulson,
Aye.
Beyondich,
Aye.
Bachschnider,
No.
Friedlieb.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-2. Thank you.
Mr. Ross was also present to discuss the heavy equipment operator position that was open. We are down a heavy equipment operator. So it was, we did post internally, had no applicants. It was moved and supported to approve the external posting of the heavy equipment operator position.
So moved.
Support.
Moved by Counselor Beyondich and supported by Counselor Johnson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Roll call, please, Pam.
Johnson,
Aye.
Motley,
Yes.
Paulson,
Aye.
Beyondich,
Aye.
Bachschnider,
No.
Friedlieb,
Aye.
Cuffey.
Aye. Motion passes 6-1. Thank you.
The committee of the whole, we had discussion regarding a slew of ordinance amendments that we have brought forward that have been brewing for quite a long time, actually. It was moved and supported to approve amending City Ordinance Chapter 6 and Chapter 10 of the City Code entitled Kennels and Animal License and Regulations respectively. This would allow us to license up to 4 animals per residential dwelling.
So moved.
A move to approve by Counselor Johnson. Is there support?
Support.
By Counselor Bachschnider. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
We had discussion regarding the proposed amendment to the City Ordinance, Chapter 3, entitled Municipal and Public Utilities, subsection 304, subsection 340, and subsection 343. After discussion, it was moved and supported to allow city staff to review the proposed city ordinance amendments and to make suggested updates, and we are actually working on a funding mechanism for that as well.
So moved.
Move to approve by Counselor Johnson. Is there support?
Support.
By Counselor Bachschnider. Is there any further discussion? Counselor Paulson.
Thank you. So this review, okay, the city ordinance, are we on item M? I'm so sorry. Which one was this about, Britt? There was
The one about the point of sale inspection system,
the what?
point of sale inspection for clear water discharge. Make sure that your roof drains, your gutters, your drain tile aren't connected to the sanitary sewer. We want them to connected to go to the storm sewer.
And did this pass or fail at
It
committee?
was sent back to staff to review for the discussion to talk about if we could do a revolving loan fund or some kind of a fund to help people fix the things we might find if we do these inspections.
I thought it failed when we
It
passed.
was sent back to staff. It didn't pass. It was sent back to staff to work on some stuff.
So then tonight would be a first reading,
No, it's sent back to staff.
just going to be sent back to staff.
Going back to staff for review and bring it back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not in favor of pushing forward too quickly until we have that financing piece, or funding, I should say funding piece, potentially. And I don't want it to appear that we're penalizing residents right now. So, okay, I'm good with that. Thank you.
I can give an update on that too. I actually had a meeting yesterday with the housing staff at the Iron Range Resources and today with the infrastructure staff at Iron Range Resources. And both said, work out a plan or proposal, what you think you want to do, and let's talk about it again.
Perfect. Thank you, Britt. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Counselor Paulson. It has been moved and supported. It to direct us back to staff. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Was moved and supported to amend the ordinance, Chapter 7 of the City Code entitled Streets and Sidewalks Generally, creating subsection 716, which does not allow people to drive over the curb.
So moved.
A move to approve by Counselor Beyondich. Is there support?
Support.
By Counselor Bachschnider. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
It was moved and supported to approve the Chestnut Street closure on Saturday, August 15th, 2025 for the Summer Celebration Auto Show and approve the requested in-kind services.
So moved.
A move to approve by Counselor Motley, was it? Supported by? Is there support?
Support.
By Counselor Bachschnider. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
The Committee of the Whole, we were updated on the Buildings and Grounds Committee meeting that was held on July 11th. It was moved and supported to approve the recommendation from that meeting to reduce the sale price of the Fairview inner lots to $10,000 per lot and the pit edge lots to $20,000 per lot.
So moved.
Move to approve by Counselor Motley. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Bachschnider. Is there any further discussion? Counselor Freely.
What was the amount of reduction?
It was they were $30,000? So it's 10,000 on the edge side lots and then quite a difference in them.
Do we have the minutes?
Could I just ask a question?
Sure, Counselor Freely.
How many lots remain?
5.
5, okay. And how many are pit lots?
2.
Two, I think.
Okay, thank you.
One has an encumbrance above ground utilities. Okay, we don't have the building and grounds minutes before us, but maybe Jenny can find those for us. If you would, please, Jenny.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have the minutes, but the lots were 30,000 for the pit edge and 15 for the inner lots.
Yeah, 30 for the pit edge, 15 reduced from 30 to 20, and 15 to 10. Thank you. It has been moved and supported to make that adjustment. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries.
We had discussion at the Buildings and Grounds meeting regarding the remaining funds we have available for the Eastern Recreation Area planning from the grants we had received from the Iron Range Resources and the Iron Range Tourism Bureau. The suggestion we had at the Committee of the Whole and the Buildings and Grounds meeting was to use those funds to proceed with landowner engagement in the property of the area, in the area of the Eastern Recreation Area. It was moved and supported to approve our engineering to continue with the landowner engagement to develop agreements for land use in the Eastern Recreation Area.
So moved.
Move to approve by Counselor Johnson. Is there support?
Support.
By Counselor Motley. Is there any further discussion? Counselor Freely.
What are the remaining funds? How much is the remaining fund?
It was, I want to say $18,000.
Okay. And the engagement would be then individual meetings or like public hearing
Well,
or?
it would be individual meetings with the landowners are the DNR and RGGS. So
Okay,
it's better to have a third party do that negotiation rather than us do that. So
thank you,
worth our time.
thank you.
Yeah, it's just a continuation of those meetings they had.
Yeah, they've been met with already once. It's just now going back and discussing it a little more.
Okay, thank you, Counselor Freely. Moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries.
We discussed the memorandum of understanding that was presented to the council from Northland Foundation to allow us to contract with North Shore Development to do housing assistance program in Virginia if we are selected. So we have to pass a resolution to authorize us to apply, and if we are awarded, then we enter into a memorandum of understanding. So it was moved and supported to approve the resolution to apply for and accept the funds if we are to get them from the Northern Foundation Housing Assistance Program and to enter into a memorandum of understanding for the work.
So moved.
A move to approve by Counselor Johnson. Is there support? By Counselor Freelieb. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries.
We discussed the quote that we had received for the furnitures and fixtures for the Public Safety Center. This furniture was fully vetted by staff after numerous meetings and after a bunch of demonstrations and a bunch of touching and feeling and looking at everything. It was moved and supported to approve the purchase and installation for furnitures, fixtures for the Public Safety Building from Innovative Solutions, and there is a resolution in your packet.
I'll move the resolution.
Support.
Counselor Johnson moves to approve the resolution from Innovative for the furniture and fixtures and equipment for the public safety building, supported by Counselor Motley. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Went into closed session at 11:43 to discuss city-owned real property, parcel ID 913940, and to consider the purchase of real property under the Minnesota statute 13D05 subdivision 3. We also discussed in that closed session a portion of the meeting for attorney-client privilege to discuss potential litigation as per Minnesota statute 13D05 subdivision 3B. And we finished with the proposed labor negotiations with LELS, which was closed under state statute 13D03 subdivision 1B. When we came back into the committee of the whole meeting at 12:35, it was moved and supported to direct staff to proceed with the discussion for the potential platting and sale of property for parcel ID 090-0139-00040.
So moved.
Support.
Move to approve by Counselor Paulson, supported by Counselor Johnson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve staff to proceed with the potential purchase of real property as discussed in the closed session.
So moved.
Move to approve by Counselor Johnson and supported by Counselor Motley. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to direct staff to follow through with the discussion held in the closed session regarding the potential litigation in reference to clearing the area discussed.
So moved.
Support.
Moved by Counselor Johnson, supported by Counselor Motley. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Further items from that meeting?
Thank you. Move to item 10, Commission Liaison Reports. Is there a city council like to give a commission liaison report this evening? We'll start from Councilor Johnson, and then go to Councilor Paulson. Councilor Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. The Human Rights Commission met yesterday with really one interesting and exciting long-term event happening. On Wednesday nights at the Klein Cupoletti building, there will be a Native American drumming group that will meet regularly. It is open, free and open to the public. I met with, they had representatives there. They're really very willing to answer questions, demonstrate, show things. It's a great community partnership between the Human Rights Commission, the tribe, the local tribes, and Parks and Rec. So every Wednesday night in the evening, and I don't have the time off the top of my head, I believe it's 6 p.m. You'll see folks there. Please stop in and say hi. Be a part of some really cool stuff happening through the Human Rights Commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Johnson. Councilor Paulson.
Thank you, Mayor. On July 9th, the Cable Commission finally met for the first time with a quorum this year. We normally meet quarterly, but, okay. And so they were asked, the council asked them to review the current Mediacom franchise agreement, and they are going to continue to review it, but the two big issues that they had is they really want a physical presence in the city of Virginia. And the request is a minimum that it would be here in Virginia, manned for a minimum of 2 days a week, so that people could return or, get equipment or return their equipment. And for the elderly population that we have, it's very inconvenient for them to try to get to Hibbing, especially if they do not drive. So they will review that and get back to us. They provided me, Steve Rockala had acquired a franchise agreement from the city of Grand Rapids, and I will provide that to you, Brian, or I can just email a copy to you. But it's a very much smaller agreement with Grand Rapids, and I'm very surprised. But maybe they could read that over and maybe reach, if that's a standard agreement with the city of Grand Rapids. And then Steve Rockala is going to be coming forward with a list of some new equipment that they would like to purchase, the Cable Commission for public access purposes. And Steve will probably, I would say, when he's ready, would come and give a presentation before the city council. But the Cable Commission thought it was an acceptable idea to move forward. And so they did move and support Steve coming forward to let us know what equipment he'd like to purchase. And then with that being said, they still would like to get some financials on the PEG and franchise on those fees. And I think, I can't remember, but I feel like we collect that quarterly on the franchise, and I don't know what the PEG fees are, if it's an annual or quarterly. But if that could be provided so that they might understand maybe how much funding they possibly have to work with going forward with new or updated equipment purchases. And that is all I have, other than that they will continue to review the contract and get back to you with any maybe other recommended changes as they find them. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilor Paulson. Okay, any other commission liaison reports to be presented tonight? Seeing none, we'll move to item number 11 on the agenda, department head reports. Is any department head who would like to give a report today? We'll go from left to right. Britt, do you have anything else to offer?
I think the only thing I have to offer is the National Night Out is on August 5th in Ellicott Park, so I hope to see everybody up there. It's always a good time.
Very good. Yes, thank you. Brian, anything from legal?
Nothing much, Mayor. I did follow up on some of the directives from the last committee of the whole meeting, and I will deliver some information back.
Thank you, Brian. Pam, anything else to offer? Any other information to disseminate?
No, Mayor.
Thank you. Jenny? No, Mayor. Thank you very much. Jody Grebanowski, our library director, is in the audience and coming forward. Always looking forward to your reports. Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Well, we are getting kind of towards the end of summer reading. Today we had a serpent story time. I know there were snakes. I'm pretty sure there was, I'm not sure what else. I stayed upstairs at the desk, but 80 plus people and very, very excited kids who now want snakes and centipedes and everything else. So that was great. Tomorrow we have the anime club at 3 o'clock. On Friday, come and join us and see how you do hula hooping. We have a hula hoop competition on Friday from 10:30 to 11:30. Hopefully outside, weather permitting. And then if you like to sing on Saturday between 12:30 and 1:30, you can come and do karaoke. So there you go. Next week, final week of summer reading is we have friendship bracelets on Monday at 2 o'clock. The regular meeting of anybody who wants to do knitting, crocheting, or anything else with the Arts of Yarn at 3:30. We have tech assistants at 1 o'clock. We have an author visit, thanks to the Friends of the Library. William Burleson is coming to talk about his book, and we have it in the library. We have kids stuff with the dinosaurs in the Science Museum on Wednesday the 30th. And then we have our summer wrap-up party outside at 1 o'clock on Thursday the 31st. So that pretty much wraps up July. That's a lot of information. It is on our website. We have calendars if you still have those. If your kids picked up the calendars, they have both June and July on there. Otherwise, just give us a call at 218-748-7525 and we will answer any of your questions.
Thank you, Jody. Councilor Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. Jody, there were turtles and spiders and beetles and 2 snakes and a centipede. And you could touch them if you really wanted to. Thank you.
I just knew one of them was a python and I knew I wasn't going downstairs.
Thank you, Jody, very much. Okay, any other department head reports? Well, let's move on to item number 12, council reports. Does any councilor want to give a report this evening? Councilor Johnson?
Thank you, Mayor. Last night at the golf course, we hosted, Buildings and Grounds Committee hosted a public meeting for residents and golfers and other interested parties. We got a list of 12 potential solutions generated through the meeting, which was very good. I can say there's been two things. We've already, the men's club has started working on a tree replacement program by purchasing several. That will be continued to be formalized, and will be information for folks to be able to donate to that, as we want to start replacing trees all over the course and not just on the residential. Driving by, most of our trees are pretty close to life expectancy. The other idea that was implemented today, on Tuesday, was moving the boxes to, and this is golf speak, so for those of you who don't know, ask a golfer. They're going to use only the red tee boxes moving forward, except during tournaments. So that means there'll be less opportunity to get your ball in the wrong place. During that tournament, there will be marshals on hole 2 to help encourage and watch for those balls. So there's 2 items that have been done already. The rest of them are going back to staff to review. It'll come back, and we'll invite those same stakeholders to come and evaluate as we move forward on how we're going to help alleviate this problem. Just reaffirm from what I said yesterday as well today, there is no short-term immediate solve to this problem. We are working on it, and we will continue to keep folks informed on how we're moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Johnson. Councilor Paulson.
Thank you, Mayor. I did attend that meeting, and thank you so much to the Buildings and Grounds Committee for hosting that. I think that one of the discussion items that we had, and I don't know if it's appropriate to move to make a motion, but there was discussion of the small, tiny trees that were planted. And I don't know, is that what street? 11th Avenue, that they're really small, and they're not really impacting anything or helping anything at this point. But when they grow up, they will be in the power lines. So one of the suggestions was to move them back into the course, and maybe that's something we could use to start creating that new buffer zone. But I don't know if I need to make a motion to remove those and place those inside the golf course further, but if so, I'll make that motion.
Could you please hold that motion in abeyance, and then we'll have a little discussion before we move forward?
Sure.
Might have some more information for you. I might have some as well. Councilor Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. As per the policy that this council has, it has to go from my committee to the committee of the whole before it can be made a motion to move forward.
Yeah, we can move that over to the committee of the whole and discuss that moving forward, if that's amenable. And in addition to that, these trees that are planted are cottonwood trees. They're a hybrid of cottonwood that doesn't blossom flowers, and they are designed, and other courses have them. They're not conifers, they're deciduous, so they'll grow 10 feet a year up moving forward. And so those trees are planted with the power line concerns in mind. So as we move forward with that, whatever we need to do, discuss at the committee of the whole meeting next Tuesday, maybe that is a suggestion we could take a look at, Councilor Paulson. Would that be amenable?
So I would move that forward to the next committee of the whole meeting.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Okay. Anyone else before I move on? Councilor Bachschneider?
I'll support. No? Okay.
Oh, we're not going to put a motion, not yet. We'll go to committee of the whole and then go from there. Thank you. Any other council reports? Do you have a council report? Councilor Bachschneider.
Thank you. I don't know if this is necessarily a report or more so a question. One thing that we keep talking about with the Mesabi Humane Society is wanting to renegotiate with the Mesabi Humane Society a contract or a different price. So if appropriate, I would make it a motion to have our city staff go back and have that conversation with Mesabi Humane Society.
Sure, that's appropriate to make that motion. Councilor Bachschneider makes the motion to do that. Can we do that or can we not?
Mayor, we may be able to do that. I, at this point, may suggest if Councilor Bachschneider is amenable to it, to move it to the committee of the whole. I actually have some information on that exact topic to deliver back to the committee of the whole.
Wonderful,
So
that
some of those
sounds great.
conversations are ongoing already.
Okay,
Thank you.
We'll move that to the committee of the whole meeting like we did the other one here and go from there. Thank you. Thank you, Councilor Bachschnider. Okay, I have one item, and first of all, I must apologize to the city band and the people who attend those concerts on a daily basis or the monthly basis, because I couldn't be there for the last concert, because I was at Rochester, so I couldn't get back in time. And I wanted to address, and I was asked to address the city band between the changing of conductors. So I'd like to say how appreciative we are as a city and how fortunate we are to have such a professional organization doing band concerts every Thursday. It is phenomenal. They are absolutely professional. They practice all the time. They put on a fantastic show. And to all the people that come and attend, and every single week they come and they support the band. And thank you to the council and to the staff for continuing to fund the city band at the tune of $10,000 a year, which is really a small stipend to help them provide this amenity that many other communities don't have. So on behalf of all of us, I'd like to say thank you to the city band. And thank you to all the patrons that come and watch on a weekly basis. It's just a great thing. And the ice cream social was a big hit too, so thank you. Okay, anything else to come before the council this evening before we adjourn? Councilor Motley.
I wasn't going to speak, but after hearing you say that, I just wanted to segue and also say thank you to the city band. I am stuck working a lot, so I was unable to attend any of them this year. However, my parents were there quite regularly, and I heard nothing but wonderful things, as I always do, and you guys have always been a pleasure to watch when I was able to attend. So thanks again. Thank you, Mayor.
Yes, thank you, Councilor Motley. I think we all here echo those same sentiments. Councilor Freely.
Yeah, just one last shout out to the event center staff for the Family Fun Day. That was really a great organization, or a great event, and we attended that with the family and enjoyed your ice cream, and thank you very much for being there.
Well, I had to put my arm in a sling, schlepping all that ice cream. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun. Thank you for that, Councilor Freely. Okay. Anything else to come before the council? Councilor Bachschnider.
On Saturday, Arrowhead Transit also hosted the bus rodeo, which was a statewide event, and that was a great event as well, both at Mesabi College and at the Elk. So thank you to the state for choosing northern Minnesota as their location.
Yeah, it was a great event. Thank you. Okay, any other questions, comments, or shout outs to be given this evening? Seeing none. We will adjourn to our next council meeting, which is Tuesday, August 12, 2025, right here in the City Council chambers. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week. We stand adjourned. Good night.